Okay, we are watching live at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump.
This does not look good.
Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old, opened fire on Trump before counter-snipers shot and killed him.
How did that 20-year-old man get so close to the president?
Massive failure on the part of the Secret Service, and there's just so far been no accountability at all.
I'm Congressman Mike Kelly. I represent Pennsylvania's 16th Congressional District, and I'm also chairman of the task force in the assassination attempt of President Donald Trump.
It was not a single mistake that allowed Crooks to outmaneuver one of our country's most elite group of security professionals. There were security failures on multiple fronts.
While numerous other state and local law enforcement agencies were present leading up to and during the July 13th event, the Secret Service is ultimately responsible for the safety of its protectees. It is clear that the Secret Service failed on July 13th.
There needs to be a look at whether there are enough Secret Service agents on this protective mission and how can they effectively train and prepare their partners, whether it's from Homeland Security investigations or local law enforcement.
From the preparation to the lack of recognizing we had communication problems, we had local law enforcement that was in place and ready to help, and there was no communication or not enough communication with them.
Given how critical the partnership is between the Secret Service and local and state law enforcement agencies, clear lines of communication are crucial.
I'm really appalled at the communications plan, or lack thereof. I can't fathom how that would be acceptable, and it's absolutely not acceptable.
We had 2 separate command posts that day, so even the people that would be able, if they couldn't hear it over their radio sets, they could have talked back and forth.
The day of or day before the event, do you have a walkthrough with the Secret Service?
The main meeting at the site was Thursday.
No walkthrough the day of, no walkthrough the day before.
There's about 7 different ways the Secret Service could have secured that building. A 10-year-old looking at that satellite image could have seen that the greatest threat posed to the president that day outside the security perimeter was the AGR building and that roof. And a 20-year-old with a week's notice figured it out and outsmarted and outmaneuvered the entire U.S. Secret Service.
If you want people, American people, to have the faith and trust and confidence that they need to have in their own government, once they lose confidence in that, they have confidence in nothing.
It is stunningly unbelievable to me that the best of the best, the elite of the elite, weren't able to do step 1. And that was just securing the site, being able to communicate. The task force, since day 1, has been collecting information, thousands and thousands of pages, mountains of information. It wasn't like you had 5 minutes to set up. You knew you were coming. You knew all these things, these assets were going to have to be available.
And the American people deserve answers. Now, I will not rest until we get these answers for all our fellow Americans.
We're dedicated to find out what went wrong on July 13th, and do everything in our power to make sure it never happens again.